hello and welcome. I'm Nathan Newbrough, the CEO of the Colorado Springs Philharmonic. So glad that you joined us, and so glad to be joined by our music director, Josep Caballé-Domenech.
Hello, welcome.
We're here at the Penrose House, and of course this season is our 90th anniversary, and we're so pleased to be celebrating, as part of that anniversary, the trustees of the El Pomar Foundation. El Pomar Foundation has been a supporter of great music in our community for so many years, and we are just delighted to honor them in this way this year. And we've also got some terrific music, by the way, this season, including our first performance, which includes Gershwin's Piano Concerto in F.
Gershwin's Piano Concerto in F, one of the most popular and I think one of the most fantastic piano concertos ever. Yep. It's interesting how the piece was conceived. You know, a conductor asked Gershwin, please, can you write a concerto, but a real one.
A real one?
Yeah, a real one, you know, because he attended the premiere of the Rhapsody in Blue. It was 1924, so the year before. And he was, you know, oh, that's a good music, you know, jazz and good composer. So he went to Gershwin and say, can you write to me a real concerto? So, with 3 movements, long, you know, right. That where the orchestra plays a big part. And I think it's very interesting what that meant for Gershwin, and he said yes. But it's very interesting that he didn't have the background studying in a school or in a university. Mm-hmm. So he bought lots of books about instrumentation.
Did he?
Yeah, and then actually he learned instrumentation and he documented himself, and he worked very hard to do the instrumentation of this concerto by himself. Because actually the Rhapsody in Blue is not done by himself. I mean, he played the piano part and he composed the music, but the instrumentation was done by one of his pupils, Frédéric Groffet. So for this concerto, he forced himself to say, no, I'll instrument it myself. So this concerto actually plays a key role in Gershwin's development as a musician or development as an artist, and I think that's great, you know, and you can feel it in the concerto that it's really happening, you know.
Yeah. And at that time in his life, he was very popular, but he wasn't really considered a legit composer. Yeah,
because he didn't have the background of that. He didn't have the studies. You know, later on in his life, he studied with Schirmer, he studied with very important people. But at the time, he didn't have studies about that. And as I said, you know, just because of that, he went to the library and, you know, bought books and say, okay, I have to read them. I have to learn how to do that. You know.
Can you imagine walking into your Gershwin? You're walking into the library and you're borrowing books on orchestration.
You know. He did it, which
you got to start
great.
Somewhere.
Yeah, you have to start somewhere, and he did, and it's great. And you know, it's a fantastic piece of music, and you feel that it's really classical concise, you know, and I think it's great.
Right. Walk us through the 3 movements.
The first movement starts with timpani and the whole orchestra, you know, very, very rhythmical, and you know, more than walking you through the 3 movements, I think what's important is how he mixes the jazz feeling which he had, or the jazz language, into, let's say, the classical composition way. Mm-hmm. And I think obviously 3 movements, first is quick, the second is slow, and then the last one it's like the rondo one. So he follows really the structure of the whole of any concerto, piano concerto, classical one. But the way he used the orchestra, the way the rhythm is into the program, the way the solo part, it's like it's not improvised, but it feels it's improvised. You know, all the notes are written, but you have the feeling that the piano player is really improvising. And the chorus that he gets from the orchestra, it's just an amazing feeling. Yeah.
Right. Well, what a pleasure to present this in the opening concert of the El Pomar Foundation Masterworks this season. Thank you for bringing it to us, and thanks to all of you. We hope you'll be with us. If you want to know more about the Colorado Springs Philharmonic, you can find us on the web at csphilharmonic.org. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and lots of other places. So thank you, Josep.
Thank you. Enjoy.